Good morning. Welcome to my crazy life. It's Lori. And on this morning's drive, I thought I would share with you a little bit about me. And I think it was CJ that had mentioned in a comment that I mentioned lots of randomness. This is not word for word, but this is my takeaway of her comment. But I don't really give any details about, or haven't given any details about my life and what I do. So I thought I would just share a little bit about me and what brought me to YouTube in a roundabout way. This morning, it is 68 degrees. We are one step closer to fall, my friends. I love all the seasons. I'm just tired of summer. I'm done. I'm ready for something different, a change. This morning's coffee is a little hodgepodge. I had a 1/4 scoop left of my buttery caramel, and the rest is Starbucks Christmas blend that I had in the freezer, like you do. So, a little about me. I think I've mentioned I live in Ohio, outside of Columbus, with my 2 cats. My mom and my mom used to live with me. I lost her to cancer last year on February 3rd, and so that's been super hard. Up to that point, we had the condo. I have 4 brothers, one of which passed away when I was 12. One lives in Massachusetts, and 2 live here in Ohio where I live. And I have a half sister. She's 15 years younger than me from my father. I have a niece, Sarah, that lives here. You all know her. I have a niece, Megan, and a great niece, Vivian, and nephew, Aiden, and a nephew, Atticus. But Atticus lives up in Avon Lake, and Megan, Vivian, Aiden live in Florida. So, closest wise family, I have my niece Sarah. Then I have my cousins. I talk about my cousin Debbie all the time, and her kids, Addie and Riley. And so we're a pretty close family as far as that goes. I mean, we do a lot together, enjoy each other's company, so it's nice. And I also have other friends. They're just not, some don't even know I have a YouTube channel, and some aren't comfortable being on the YouTube channel. Sarah doesn't mind. So, and I don't put Debbie's kids up because they're not my children, and I don't think that's appropriate unless she approves it first to put them up. But they're super cute and I love them. Hi Addie, hi Riley, if they watch. I don't know if they watch. I was born in Ohio in a little town called Coshocton. And then my mom and dad were divorced when I was very young. I think I was less than a year old when they were divorced. I'm the youngest, like I said, of 5. And we moved to Texas when I was young with my uncle, my mom's brother, and lived there until I was about 15. And then we moved to Massachusetts until I graduated from college. And then I moved back to Texas for a year, and then back to Massachusetts. And I lived there for about 10 years by myself, like college, and then on my own with roommates and things like that. And then I moved back to Ohio. So I've lived all over. I travel. I love to travel. I've been on 11 cruises, and I've been to, I guess not obviously, but I've been to Canada a couple times. I've been to Mexico several times. I've been to most of the states, except for, I've been to almost all the eastern states. I think I have been to all the eastern states. I have not been too far west. I mean, I've been randomly to like Seattle, Washington, California, Arizona, Nevada, but I haven't been like Idaho, Nebraska. I have been to Minnesota. The Mall of America is amazing. I had a job at one point a couple years ago that I traveled for my job. So every Monday for 50 weeks a year, I would fly somewhere to one of our hotels. I used to work for hotels. Ooh. I would fly to a hotel and I would work for the week and then fly home every Monday, or sometimes 2 weeks I will be at the same hotel, sometimes 3 weeks. But anyway, so I saw a lot of the country that way. But I love to travel. Sarah and I have been to London, Paris, Scotland, overseas. My next trip up I'm going to plan is Ireland with my cousins and family. I can't wait for that one. So cruising is going on the back burner. I love cruising, I love the beach, but I'm ready. I want to see the world. I've been to the Caribbean, like I said, 11 times. Well, 10 times in the Caribbean, once on the west coast out of California, down the Mexican, what do they call it? It was like a Love Boat cruise. We went to Puerto Vallarta, Mazatlan, and Cabo San Lucas. So, and it was amazing, and I love cruising, but I just am ready. I'm ready to see some other things. Last cruise I went on was in October of last year. Year before? Last year? I think last year. Yeah, last year. We took my mom's ashes, or half of my mom's ashes and half of my stepfather's ashes, and scattered them off the ship. So I have half of them at home and kind of have to decide what we want to do with those. I think most of them are going to Ireland with us. My mom always wanted to go to Ireland. That's where her family is from. Part of her mom's family, but a majority of her dad's family is from Ireland. So you got that. Then I went to college in Boston. My major was travel and tourism. Hence the I love to travel. But then I got to working for hotels and got into the accounting side, and now I work for a bank. I can't go into too much detail about my bank just because of privacy and all of that, but I work for a bank as my full-time job, and then my part-time job, which allows me to travel. Basically, my full-time job is like my responsible stuff, all my bills and savings and all of that. I use my part-time job, sorry I have the hiccups. I use my part-time job for travel. I save it, and then that's how I pay for trips that I want to go on. That, and you know, I might save a little of my work money, but for the most part, my part-time job goes towards traveling expenses and things so that I can see the world. Plus, if you've watched any of my travel videos, I really try to travel on a budget. You know, we will book a hotel and airfare to any place that we're going. Usually through like, sorry, I'm trying to merge here. You know, like air hotel package, because that really is reasonably priced. I'm not really willing to stay at a hostel, and because when I travel with Sarah, our ages are so different. I'm 47 right now, she's 27. We can't stay in the same hostel. I would have to stay at one for like older people, she would stay at younger people, so we don't do that. Plus, no, I don't want to. But we economize on tours and doing a lot of stuff on our own, and Groupons and discounts and things like that. So we make it affordable. Anyway, there was a tangent for you. So my part-time job, I work for the Ohio State University. Go Bucks. I think I technically work for the Department of Athletics because I work at the Shoe. That is where football games take place. That's the stadium for the football. They call it the Shoe because it used to look like a horseshoe. They have since closed in the end for more seating, but it used to look like a horseshoe, so they called it the Shoe, and it will always be the Shoe. I work 7 or 8 home games there. So what I do is I'm on the safety team, I guess it's called. I can't remember the technical term, but we're guest safety. So what we do is, and I'll walk about 7 or 8 miles a game, but I get a floor. I'm either on A deck, B deck, or C deck. That's what they call the decks. So there's 3 floors on the stadium. And this is an old stadium. It's over 100 years old, so it's got a lot of quirks. The floors are uneven, So we walk around and we look for guest safety issues. Underage drinking. Are they smoking? Because you cannot smoke anywhere on Ohio State campus. Are, things like that. Does any guests need assistance? They have a very, very old population of folks that go to games, that have season tickets and have for 100 years. And, we watch out for their safety. Some games, it's super hot. It's an outdoor stadium. There's not really any air-conditioned place other than like first aid or the suites. So, guest safety. I get there 3 hours before the game starts. We start pacing, we start walking, they start letting the guests in early, a couple hours before, because there's the band entrance and there's things that take place on the field before the game starts every week. So I think it's like 2 hours beforehand they let everybody in. They start letting folks in. And then the student section gets pretty rowdy, I'm sure you can imagine. So a lot of us on our team work the student section. So that's what I do at the shoe. And then randomly, there's concerts. But that is actually through the Schottenstein Center where I work also, which is the indoor arena. And that is where Buckeyes play basketball. The men and women basketball are in the arena. And concerts, hockey, men's hockey is in the arena. Concerts and special events. I worked the USAA Gymnastics was there having one of their competitions a couple weeks ago. So this is how I get to see concerts, events, and all the things. Why are we stopping? Why does traffic just stop on the highway? Anywho. Last weekend I worked the Smashing Pumpkins. Now tomorrow night, Beyonce and Jay-Z are having a stadium tour, so I'll be at the stadium working that concert. I worked the Rolling Stones at the stadium, which was awesome. I didn't get to work Taylor Swift. I was out of town with my family that weekend. But so I get opportunity to work concerts. I don't get to sit and watch all the concerts, but I certainly get to hear them. And if there's a group that I really like, example, on the 22nd, it's Journey and Def Leppard. I love Journey and I love Def Leppard, and so I can request to work a position because they just kind of put us, in different teams, but wherever. I can request to not work in the elevator and work a position that I'm able to hear and see a little bit of the show. And if that's not possible, we take care of each other. So if, let's say, I am put in the elevator, but somebody knows I love Journey, they'll come and give me like a half-hour break and let me go watch a little of the show. At the end of the day, I'm there to work. I'm not there to watch concerts, but it's a nice benefit that I get to see a lot of great shows. And that's the benefit because that's minimum wage. I make $8 an hour. So, or $8.25 or something like that. So anyway, that's how I get to see all the different concerts. Now on Friday night that last week, we drove down to Cincinnati. We bought tickets to see Chicago and REO Speedwagon. I'm a classic rock girl, and 70s and 80s music in share. And I'm telling you, Groupon is a great resource for that. I think we paid $20 for the tickets. And my brother and his wife and our friends Dean and Heidi, we all like to go to different concerts, so we went there. So it was fabulous. I guess at the end of the day, I just don't want life to pass me by. I want to do the things and take a pottery class and learn how to knit and, sew things and craft and things that make me happy. I definitely make time in my life for things that I enjoy and that are rewarding. And I generally drag my friends and family along with me. Poor Sarah gets stuck doing all kinds of crazy stuff, but she likes it, so I won't let her complain. And then my friends Heidi and Stephanie and her daughter Holly, we did that pottery class. I can't wait. I have some pictures to show you. And my finished products that I'm picking up next Monday. So that's kind of where I am in my life and who I am and where I work. basics. I talk about riding my bike a lot because I love to ride my bike. The fundraiser that I do for Pelotonia, the money goes to the hospital that my mom and my dad both were treated at for cancer before they both passed away. I lost my dad in 2011, my stepfather in 2000, but he did not go to the James. My mom and my dad both went to the James, and both unfortunately lost their battles. But the James does great things, and if I can ride my bike 45 miles and raise $1,500 towards cancer research as a team, last year, Pelotonia itself wrote a check for $26 million and handed it to the James. Every dime of every rider, there was around 8,000 riders every year. Every dime that we collect as riders, as volunteers, as virtual riders, goes to the James. None of the money is used to support the foundation, which I appreciate wholeheartedly. You know, I don't want to raise $1,500 and have 60% of it go to Pelotonia, the company. I want it to go to cancer research. So anyway, this is just everybody has a cause. This is the cause that I have chosen to put my energies into. So that's why I do this every year. I finally got my swag bag last night. So whenever we ride, my bank is a very large sponsor of Pelotonia. We get some kind of Huntington Pelotonia gear. I'll show you when I put it on this fall. We got this it's like a t-shirt material, but they're hoodies. So it's a long sleeve hooded t-shirt, I guess. And on the front, it says 10-year anniversary because this is the 10-year anniversary of Pelotonia. But it says, Huntington 10-year anniversary and all of that on the front. So we got that from my company that I work for, and a keychain, and our jerseys. We got new jerseys to wear this year. And then from Pelotonia, we also get swag that companies donate to us when we register, or when we go that day when we go to pick up our stuff the night before and have dinner and the opening ceremonies and kind of fellowship with each other and get each other pumped up for the ride. So when we check in, we get we get a wristband we have to wear a weekend. We have a band for our bike that has to stay on your bike all weekend, and we get a badge to wear that has my name on it. It also has my emergency contact information in case I get injured or hurt, and my phone numbers, and I can put any health information in there that I want. And we wear those all, the day of the ride. So we get that, and then we go to another tent and get some type of swag, depending. And these are all donated by different companies here in Columbus. So this year we got, and I can't really do it unboxing, but I can show you the bag. It's like a makeup bag, really, an overnight bag, like for your toiletries and stuff. And it's solid black, and it has the X, which is obviously the Roman numeral for 10. In the green, it's Pelotonia, and it has a luggage tag on it for us. And then inside, Bath and Body Works, which is here in Columbus, every year we get hand sanitizer from them, and they print up specific bottles that say Pelotonia on them, but it's Bath and Body Works hand sanitizer. I think last year was green apple. I'm not sure what this year's scent is. I can't figure it out. And then we got from Bath and Body Works one of their soy candles, and it's eucalyptus mint. Oh, it smells so good. But it has like the Pelotonia label on it instead of Bath and Body Works. And on the bottom it has the Bath and Body Works label. And then we got water bottles, t-shirts from a company called Homage. They're here in Columbus. They always give us t-shirts with Pelotonia on it. So it's kind of neat, just a little something. We love our swag. I'm actually putting together, as I do my laundry, all of my Pelotonia and Huntington t-shirts together in one drawer, because there's always times that I need to pull one out to wear for something. And I mean, honestly, I think I have 8 Pelotonia t-shirts, and it's crazy. But I love wearing them. I love having that. I have jackets and hoodies and fleece and all kinds of stuff. But I love it. I love having all that to wear, and show, and you wear them internationally, or you wear it when you're traveling and you see other people wearing their swag and you're like, oh, Pelotonia, you know. So I think this year 26 countries were represented in the ride. So anyway, enough about that. So that's kind of what I do, and I just am a passionate person. So I'm a knitter. That's how I got to YouTube, knitting. My friend Heidi taught me how to knit years ago, 5-6 years ago. Sarah and I wanted to learn, so she taught us, and I got bit by the bug, and we go around and we buy yarn, and she and I actually had a YouTube channel for a little while of yarny goodness, talking about what we're knitting on and projects and yarns and all that kind of stuff. So that's how I got onto YouTube, but I really don't have enough knitting content with time-wise to have a knitting channel, so I decided that this was the best thing for me, and it gives me an outlet, and yeah. So that's kind of what brought me to the YouTube. If you have any questions for me, go ahead and put them below, and I will answer them for you. I don't think I'm that interesting of a person, but you know, whatever. It is my crazy life for a reason, because my life is truly nuts in the crazy fun haha way. But yeah, so if you have any questions or comments, go ahead and put them down below, or email me. It's mycrazylife@gmail.com, I think. Is that my email? No. It is cpncouponlori@gmail.com. Goodness gracious, Lori, learn your emails. But that's down below. Click the link. You can email me. You can post a question down below. I'll be happy to help. And the next one, maybe we'll talk about my keto diet, or it's not really a diet because this is how I eat, but my low carb journey and what got me there, if you'd like. But just let me know. Later today, I might have another video pop up. I've got 2 completed craft projects ready to go for fall that I'm going to share with you, leading up to the $5 challenge with Auntie Cuckoo. If you haven't seen her channel, she has some great content. I really enjoy watching her, and she goes shopping a lot into different stores, and a lot of craft projects too. And I'm taking part on the 25th. I will upload my $5 challenge, and it is fabulous. I haven't finished it yet, so I can't really say it's fabulous, but I want to, so I'm going to, because I hope it turns out as good as I envisioned. But anyway, I need to work on that probably this weekend. I'm hoping to get that done and ready to load this weekend. All right, well, I'm almost to work. Thanks for riding along. And again, if you have any questions, ask away. Have a good one. Bye.